Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about It Ends With Us. It Ends With Us. Yes, you like that movie, don't you? Of course you do. Everybody loves that movie. Made a lot of money. $350 million on a $25 million budget. Now, that's a return on an investment. Let me tell you something, all right? I think, despite what people say, I think that the scandal had a lot to do with it. I know people are saying, oh, it's the book. No, I think it's the scandal. And the reason I say that is because how many people never would have even heard, okay, women included, never would have even heard of this movie if it hadn't been for the scandal. All right? Just people that pay attention to Blake Lively, women that pay attention to Blake Lively or Taylor Swift or whatever, they all get, lassoed into this thing, okay? And then the bigger it gets, the more players are involved, okay? The the more drama ensues. Okay, excuse me. Now, I've said this before, okay, I have no love for Justin Baldoni. I think he's a piece of crap. I think he sold his soul a long time ago to make it in Hollywood, okay? I think that he comes across as a male feminist because he believes that that's the only way that he can get acting roles. That's the only way that he can get hired in Hollywood. Okay, he can't come across as a straight white guy, okay, at all, because that's the problem. All right, so he has to play some sort of a card, okay, in order to make him an ally. See, you got to be an ally. If you're a white guy, you got to be an ally. People like Mark Ruffalo is an ally. Okay, what's his name? Bryan Cranston is an ally. You see what I mean? You got to label yourself an ally, otherwise you are the enemy. Right? Okay, and so and that's what they do. Okay, it's all disingenuous. Okay, it's all pretentious. It's all bullshit. It is. Okay, but that's what they have to do because otherwise they're not going to get accepted into the hierarchy, into the social circles. Now, the weird thing about that is that this is 2025, okay? And that hierarchy is starting to crumble, okay? It's crumbling right as we watch every single day. I mean, look at Snow White. That movie just came out this past weekend, okay? And it has lost Disney a fortune. Okay, that alone wouldn't be that bad. Disney could weather the storm, okay? But everything Disney has put out has lost them a fortune, okay? With a few exceptions. Okay, but what was the last big budget movie that Disney came out with? Okay, it was Captain America: Brave New World. Okay, and that movie lost them a minimum of $200 million. Okay, that's not even counting marketing. Okay, that's how much they lost. Okay, that's just what they're admitting to. They said the movie cost them $180 million to make. That is a load of crap. Everybody knows that movie was reshot from beginning to end. Okay, after the strikes. Okay, no, they spent somewhere around 300, 350, 380. Okay, and then when you add the marketing on top of that, easily 500 million they spent on Captain America: Brave New World. And the last time I checked, it's at almost 400 million. Okay, so they lost a huge amount of money on that. Okay, that was a big budget. That was supposed to be the new Captain America. Nobody went to go see it. I mean, I went to go see it because I'm a comic book nerd. Okay, but the average person, okay, the normal person, okay, the average moviegoer did not go see it. Okay, because most of all the Marvel movies suck now. They're just no good. There's no big names. Okay, they're all diversity hires. Okay, you can't have a straight white guy be the hero unless there's going to be like a woman there or something to upstage him at every scene. Okay, he's going to be emasculated. He's going to be cucked in order to show off the female helper that's going to be there. That's actually going to take over the movie and do everything for him because men are all they're all incompetent and they can't handle anything and they can't even wipe their own ass without a woman being involved. All right. Okay. That's the Star Wars, the sequel trilogies of Star Wars. That's Indiana Jones movie that came out a year and a half ago. That's everything. Okay. And they can't have that. All right. The only movies that are doing well, okay, the movies that did $1 billion, like last year, for example. What movies made $1 billion? Okay, the two highest grossing movies last year, both Disney, believe it or not, was Inside Out 2, which I took my son, my little boy, to go see. I enjoyed it. But clearly, if you watch that movie, okay, there was supposed to be a lesbian relationship between the protagonist, like I think she was like a 14-year-old girl playing hockey, and then like the awesome Latina hockey player girl. Okay, clearly they were going to do a whole lesbian thing there. But I think at the last minute, the executive said, no, we can't go there. This is a kid's movie. Okay, we can't go there. Okay, and I think that's what saved the film. If they had gone the way they wanted to go, okay, with the whole lesbian relationship, I think that would have turned off so many parents. There would have been so many walkouts. Okay, now you got to remember, for those of you that are looking at me like I'm a fucking piece of crap for saying this, you got to remember, okay, little kids don't need to be watching that stuff. Okay, that's for when they get older. Okay, and Disney, who's supposed to be family friendly, does not need to be showing that stuff to little kids. Okay, that's when they get older. They get, your mom and dad can have that conversation with them. Okay, not Disney have that conversation with them. You see what I'm saying? Okay, that's a parent's responsibility. Okay, I mean, if your kid, I mean, when you're like 5, 6 years old, I mean, you don't even want to really introduce sex to them. They're too young for that. Okay, that's something that you talk to them about when they get older. Okay, and that's what Disney's not doing. That they're the ones that are trying to raise the kid. Okay, they're throwing that stuff out there. Not only are they saying it's normal, but it's preferred. It's better. Okay, that's why all their movies are pushing that stuff. You're not seeing heterosexual relationships anymore unless the woman's in charge. You're not seeing strong men anymore. You're not seeing dads anymore. Dads aren't in the movies, and if they do show up, they're weak, they're emasculated, they're subservient to the wife. Okay, that's all you're getting now. Okay, and that's why movies, you're turning off men. Men are not watching this stuff. The only people that spend money on this crap, on this woke ideology, is middle-aged, white, liberal, college-educated women. They're the only ones, and unfortunately, that's not a huge demographic. When you compare it to all the men out there, all the little girls out there, all the teenage boys out there, okay, it's not a huge demographic. You can't base you can base your business on that, but you can not expect to make $2 billion when you're only catering to that audience. Okay, to the lesbians and the gay, okay, it's not. There's not enough of them out there, okay, to support that business model. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to get you, the average guy, the straight guy, to, we're going to infiltrate your spaces, the stuff that you like, and we're going to put that crap in there so that we can convince you to join the movement, okay? And guys, we're not joining the movement. You know what we're doing? We're demanding refunds, okay? Well, we used to. But we got burned so many times that we've just decided we're just not even going to go. We're not even going to go to your damn movie. Well, wait till it comes on streaming. That way, if it sucks, okay, then we can just change the channel. We'll just watch something else. You see what I mean? Or you could have, you could sail the high seas if it's that important to you. Okay, but that's what's going on. If people are going to get out of their, get up off their ass to go to the theater and spend $100 on popcorn and candy and burgers and stuff, we're talking about $25, $35 tickets if you're going to see it in IMAX. Who the hell's going to sell that kind of money? Can you imagine you have a whole family? You know how much that bill's going to be? And plus you got to tip the server, all that kind of stuff. You're talking about $150, $200 for like a family of 3, 4, easily. I mean, I took my son to go, we went to go see Wicked. Okay, and it wasn't even IMAX. It wasn't even 3D. We just was regular, okay? And when you include the soda, the popcorn, the food, the ticket, okay? The tip, the gratuity, okay? The dessert that we shared, okay? $100. $100. And that's me and a fucking 8-year-old. Okay? Yeah. Exactly. It's not cheap. So who the hell's going to do that for a movie that's mediocre, that sucks? Luckily, Wicked was okay. All right, it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen. I had a lot of problems with it. Obviously, watch my review. I did a whole review on that movie, and I'm going to review the sequel when it comes out later this year. Okay, because I did read the book. Okay, but I mean, was it worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. And I actually paid to see that movie. I could have pirated it if I wanted to. All right. Now, this movie, It Ends With Us, is the same woke ideology. Okay, this movie was put into production. It was greenlit when Biden was president, of course. Okay, and they thought that was going to be the future of America. See, where Obama started, Biden would pick up the torch. Let's erase all the stuff that Trump did, and let's pick up the woke torch, and let's just go forward with it. Okay, let's go to new pastures, conquer new territories, right? Okay, to boldly go where no man has gone before with this woke pride torch, right? Okay, well, where did it go? It went to him getting ceremoniously kicked out of office. Okay, his own party kicked him out of office. I mean, how bad is that when your own party tells you to get the fuck out? That's terrible. When George freaking Clooney, okay, the poster boy, him and like Alec Baldwin, the poster boys of the Democratic Party, okay, the ambassadors, the Hollywood ambassadors of the Democrats, they tell you get the fuck out. Oh my God, that's insane. That's insane. But that's what happened. Because the people have spoken. And that's why movies like this, It Ends With Us, that's why movies that are coming, because the stuff that got put into production 3 years ago, 2 years ago, that's the stuff that's about to come out for the next 2 years. That's what we're getting. That's exactly what we're getting. Okay? Don't expect to change anytime soon. Even after, if the election went and they started working on something different after Trump won the election, you're not going to see that for another 3 years. Okay? So even though Hollywood decided to pivot because they have to, because their investors, their shareholders are making them do it, doesn't mean that we're going to see it anytime soon. We're still going to get more of this crap. More of this It Ends With Us crap, this feminist bullshit. Women are all victims except when they're not. Look, what is it? What is Lily Blossom Bloom? Is she a victim or is she a boss bitch? Okay, which one is she? A girl boss. What is she? Okay, because she's a boss bitch in every respect, pretty much in everything in this movie. Okay? So, like, what the hell? She married a guy with a temper. Okay, now the movie kind of plays it like he didn't hit her on purpose or anything. Later on, we find out he did. Okay? But a boss bitch wouldn't have stuck with him. She doesn't even really love this guy. She still fucking has a flame for her old boyfriend from when she was 15. And her dad caught her getting cream pied by her 18-year-old boyfriend in his own house. You see what I mean? Of course, I'd beat the crap out of the kid too. Okay, but that's why she hates her dad. That and because he beat up her mom, you know. But Lily Blossom Bloom is not likable at all, and she still carries a torch for that guy. Like, what the hell? You didn't grow up in the past 20-something years, okay? Because if you do the math, what's her name? Blake Lively is like 37 years old when she filmed this movie. So if she's 15 when she's getting her insides scrambled by Atlas, by 18-year-old Atlas, okay, do the math. That's 22 years. Okay, 22 years since she's seen this kid, and all of a sudden he shows up, disguised as a waiter in his own restaurant, and now all those old feelings come back. And guess what? She's with an abusive guy who does all the work, who tries to court her at every turn. He does everything for her, tries to romance her, tries to seduce her. When she says, I don't want to have sex, what does he do? He gets up, goes to the other side of the room, and takes his clothes off in front of her. I mean, what kind of a guy does that? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. All right? And he's supposed to be high value. He's supposed to be the kind of guy that all women, finger themselves over. It's supposed to be Raul Kincaid, played by, of course, the writer, producer, director of this movie, Justin Baldoni. Okay? So it's like, no, this isn't realistic at all. Okay? Now, I said this before, but that's the problem that I have with these goddamn rom-com. Why do you think I review chick flicks so much? Okay? Because it's bullshit. It's just as bullshit as the fucking superhero movies. As Captain America's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. But that's actually a bad example because that movie sucked. But let's say, for example, like Spider-Man No Way Home. That movie was great. I love that movie because I'm a Spider-Man fan. I was happy. There's a little kid. When I first learned to read, I learned to read by reading comic books. Okay, Spider-Man's always been my favorite. Always will be my favorite. Okay? Okay, and Spider-Man No Way Home, for me, was incredible. I did a review on it. It's on this channel, one of my earliest reviews. Okay? And I love that movie. That was great. But was it realistic? No. Fuck no. Do I think that was going to happen to me? Hell no. No, not at all. Okay? I didn't learn anything about the meaning of life when I left that theater. I just had a great time. That 2.5 hours I sat in the theater eating popcorn and watching that movie in surround sound and IMAX was incredible. Oh my God. Watching Tobey Maguire come back and Andrew Garfield and Alfred Molina, so watching them all come back, reprising their roles, William Dafoe was incredible. I loved it. It was great. But it's bullshit. And I knew that. I knew that's not going to happen to me when I leave the theater. You women watch this crap and you think it's going to happen to you. You think you're going to have two high-value guys fighting over your ass, over your average-looking ass. And that's not going to happen. I don't care how much of a boss bitch you are. Okay? There's two types of women in this world. Okay? There's the women that women want to be like. And then there's the women that men want to be with. And those are not the same woman. For the most part, they're not. Okay? Different criteria. You see what I mean? Different criteria. All right? These chick flicks are an example of what women want to be like, not necessarily what men want to be with. Now, I'm not saying Blake Lively's ugly, but she's not, doesn't look like she did when she was on Gossip Girl. And I've never watched Gossip Girl. I just remember seeing commercials for it. Okay? And seeing posters for it. That's it. Okay? But Blake Lively does not look right now the way she did back then. At all. Nowhere near. Okay? So I'm sorry. She's not high value. Her best years are behind her. They are. Okay? So I don't understand why a high value guy who could easily get a younger, more attractive, okay, more agreeable girlfriend, well, why would he fall in love with this boss bitch who clearly shows him no interest at all, but yet he's chasing her? It makes no sense. Okay? It reminds me of a story real quick. I used to date this woman, and she told me about her best friend, how her best friend and her best friend and her husband got married, right? So she told me this story, like they were dating. He was a rich guy and she wasn't that rich, but he was courting her. He was love bombing her, buying her flowers, taking her out to eat, all these different places. She kept blowing him off over and over again. Then finally she agreed to go on a date with him. Okay, fast forward about a year, and he gets on his hands and knees. He flies her someplace, gets on his hands and knees, asks her to marry him. She reluctantly says yes. Okay, and so of course the next step is they're going to move in together. And while they're moving in together, they're going to plan the wedding and all that kind of stuff, right? Whatever. They're officially fiancés now, right? Well, the day that he was moving her stuff into his place, she got a phone call because she changed her number, right? To his number, right? She gets a phone call from one of her girlfriends. And she speaks about this guy. She's like, okay, why'd you change your number? She said, oh, yeah, well, remember that guy I told you I was seeing? Yeah, well, we're going to try living together now. Okay, that's what she said. And the guy overheard this. He overheard his fiance talk to one of his girlfriends. She did not know that she was engaged. And she described him as that dude that I'm seeing. Okay, that guy I was seeing. Well, now we're going to start living together. Okay? Does that sound like, the way girls, would you talk, if you were in love with a guy and he asked you to marry him and you're now moving in together, is that the way you would describe your fiance to your girlfriend? Okay? Assuming that you even told her. Okay? Because usually when women, get engaged, they tell all their girlfriends about it. Okay? But apparently in this situation, that didn't happen. Okay, she just found out on that phone call. All right? Is that how you describe your fiance? This man that you love, that you're so excited and so happy to be marrying? Okay, as, oh, that dude that I was seeing? Okay, well, yeah, we're going to try living together. No, that's not how you describe your fiance. Okay? Not at all. Now, my friend, the girl that I was seeing, she told me this story, and she thought it was kind of funny. Like, oh, can you believe that? He tried so hard, and finally she just, now, the whole time I'm thinking to myself, why? And I think she got mad at me for saying this. But I was thinking, okay, first of all, why would I pursue a woman who kept blowing me off? That makes no sense. Why would I throw so much energy into a girl that didn't want to be with me? Number one. Number two, why would I ask a woman like that to marry me? Okay? Why would I want to spend the rest of my life with someone that wasn't into me? Okay? That's number two. Number three, why would I let a woman live with me when she refers to me as that dude I was seeing? Okay? When I'm her fucking fiance. Okay, that means we're going to get married. We're going to have kids. I'm going to support you. We're going to do all this stuff together, right? Okay, PTA meetings, okay, Girl Scouts, all that shit. It's in our future. And yet you referred to me as that dude you were seeing? Are you out of your fucking mind? Why the fuck would I give up my life to someone like that? Why on earth would I give up my life to someone like that? Is she the only girl in the world? Do I have no choice? Do I have no other options? Or do I just believe I have no other options? Okay, what's the truth here? Do I have no fucking self-respect? That I will fall in love and devote my entire fucking life to a fucking bitch that doesn't give two fucking shits about me? Does that make any fucking kind of sense? Because despite what you see in these fucking movies, ladies, okay, most men actually have self-respect. We don't act this way. We don't act this way. Now, in this movie, if Lily was to be nice to him, nice to Ryle, doing everything, cooking for him, cleaning his apartment when he's at work, Okay? Just doing things without him having to ask her to do it. Just because she wants it. Just because she wants to make him happy. Writing him a note. Okay? Something like that. Congratulating him on his surgery that he just did or whatever. Okay? Anything like that. And then I could understand why Ryle fell in love with her. And how devastating it will be for him. Okay? To find out that she's having an emotional affair with her ex-fucking boyfriend. Okay? Then you got me. I'm hooked. Okay, damn it, man. He fell for it, man. She gave him all this love, all this positive attention. You know? She showed how important it is. She demonstrated how important he was to her. And then what does she do? She fucks him. She fucks him over. She's talking to her ex the whole time. You see what I mean? That would be devastating. Okay, that now I can understand. I don't justify Ryle beating the shit out of his wife, but now I can understand why he was so angry with her. Okay? You see what I mean? Now I'm invested. But that's not what happened here. Because in order for that to happen, you would have to make Lily be sort of like, you know, a lying bitch, which she is. But you have to show that in the movie. You see what I mean? Or at least you have to show why she's so attracted to Atlas instead of to her husband. Okay? What is it about Atlas? You see what I mean? Because she was in love with Ryle, but now she's fallen back in love with Atlas. Why? Why is that happening? What does Atlas have that Ryle doesn't have? You see what I mean? But none of that was demonstrated here. Okay? It's like immediately she runs into Atlas and immediately she wants to be with him now. And Atlas, has absolutely nothing going on in his fucking life at all. He sits around every day for the past 25 years with his thumb up his ass, waiting for fucking Lily to walk into his restaurant someday. In the meantime, he ain't got shit to do. Okay? He's got no girlfriend. He's got no dating life, no social life. He's got plenty of time on his hands. No kids, no ex-wife, no alimony payments. Okay, no child support, no weekend custody, nothing. He's got nothing. He's not even dating anybody. Not even later on. Because this movie takes the place over like 3 years. This movie takes place. From beginning to end is like 3-4 years. Okay? Nothing. He's got nothing going on. Al's got nothing going on in his life. He's got his thumb up his ass. That's his only relationship. It's his fucking thumb. And I'm supposed to believe that? This guy owns the #1 restaurant in fucking Boston. The #1 restaurant in Boston. And he can't get laid. You really expect me to believe this shit? Anyway. This movie sucks. Anyway, let's get back to the movie here, okay? Let's get back to reviewing the movie. Because all right. Where we leave off last time. Okay, so, yeah. So, basically, we had a Showgirls moment here. Okay, Ryle, Justin Baldoni, he went through... he went through his wife's phone and he found a card hidden inside of her phone protective case, which was Atlas, and his personal phone number was in there that he wrote it for her and hid it in her phone. Why he didn't just give it to her, I don't fucking know. He purposely hid it in her phone and she purposely forgot to take it out of there. She just left it there, okay? Get it? You get the metaphor here? She put Atlas inside of her where Ryle can't see it and just left it there instead of getting rid of it. She didn't go to her husband and say, hey, listen, Atlas came by my shop. We talked for a little bit. I told him never to come back again. Okay, and this and that. I just want you to know that, I didn't want to keep this from you. No, she kept it a fucking secret from him. She didn't tell him shit because she didn't want to. You see what I mean? And how does Ryle respond to his wife keeping secrets from him? Granted, he didn't know about this. Okay, but he did know that his girlfriend at the time, Lily, when she was his girlfriend, that her ex-boyfriend that she gave up her virginity to, okay, actually works at the restaurant that they've already been to twice, and she never told him, hey, that waiter, okay, is actually the guy I fucked when I was 15. Both times they went there. They went there twice, and both times she did not tell him. Or she told him she didn't want to go there, but she didn't say why. You see what I mean? She kept that from him. How am I supposed to like empathize with Lily here? How am I supposed to empathize with her? I can't. Anyway, so that's going on here. He finds the card. He accuses her of cheating on him because they just got married, remember? And she's such a nice woman, she didn't even invite her mom to the goddamn wedding. Anyway, well, she insists that there's nothing going on. She forgot the card was in there. He called the number. He knows damn well it's Atlas. He gets pissed off at her. He smashes her phone. He walks out of the room. He walks out of the apartment. He takes the emergency stairs just to get the fuck away from her because he's so fucking pissed off right now. Okay, and what does she do? She chases after him. She won't let him leave. Okay, she jumps in front of him to block him. And when she does that while he's going down the stairs, she falls down the stairs. She hurts herself, blah, blah, blah. He's a doctor. He tends to her wound, gives her a cognitive test, all that kind of shit. But now she's got a mark on her forehead here, right? Okay. Well, the next scene here is at the flower shop. At the flower shop, Alyssa brings in a magazine. Okay, and that turns out, I remember I just told you a second ago that Atlas's restaurant, which is called Root, get it? Root, plants, flowers, trees, they have roots. Get it? Get it? Because Lily owns a flower shop. She knows all about plants and flowers, you know? She's a fucking oak tree. Get it? She needs to take care of plants. That's why she loves Atlas so much, because in her mind, he's a fucking flower. And if she doesn't nurture him, she doesn't water him and put him in the sunlight, then he can't produce fruits for her. He can't give her orgasms if she doesn't take care of him. Okay, so she's only attracted to men that she has to take care of. She can't be attracted to a man that can take care of her. You get it? Okay, because those men don't really exist. Okay, I take care of myself. Right? Okay, no, she has to be attracted to a man that she has to take care of. She has to wipe his ass. She has to deal with his emotional insecurities. Okay, you get it? You get the message here? All right, men out there, pay attention. Okay, if you want a high value woman, if you want a woman like Lily, then you need to be what? Beta, so that she can take care of your ass. That's the only way you're gonna get laid, is if she takes care of you. You see what I mean? This is the message they're putting. So you ladies, if you were attracted, you know, if you're like a 19-year-old girl or something, or 20, and you're watching this movie, if you were attracted to like strong, masculine men, you know, that do their own things, you know, that are successful in their lives, that have a great personality, that are attractive to many women, and all that kind of stuff, that can take care of themselves, okay? Guys like that, you know, if you were ever attracted like that, well, then you need to fix it, because you're wrong. You're wrong. You need to find a guy who needs you and depends on you. See? For some reason, you were fucked up. It's a good thing this movie set you on the right course. No, don't be with a guy like that. Be with a guy that needs you, that you have to take care of. Okay? You see what I mean? That's the message here. Anyway, so at the flower shop, blah, 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 she brings in a magazine. Alyssa, Butt Ugly Alyssa, played by Jenny Slate, brings in a magazine. Okay, like I said earlier, Alice's restaurant, Root, okay, is number 1 in Boston. Well, guess who's number 7? Okay, it's Lily, her flower shop, Lily Blooms. That's the number 7 best business, independently owned business in Boston. Okay, she's number 7, and her ex is number 1. Get it? You get the metaphor there? 7 and 1. 7's lucky number 1. You know, Alice is number 1, not Ryle. Atlas, get it? Get it? Get it? All right. Okay, so top 10 new businesses. Yeah, Root's number 1, Root. Alice's Root is number 1, and Lily's number 7. Okay. Now, in the little article here, there is a quote from Atlas. I guess he was interviewed by the reporter, which is weird because no one fucking interviewed Lily for her flower shop at all. And she's number 7, and she didn't even fucking know about it until her friend brought in the magazine. Okay, but yet somehow Atlas was informed that he would be voted number 1, and they actually interviewed him. Okay, yeah, I get it? How this movie makes total sense? Okay, anyway, so in the interview there, I actually read the text, okay? It says there, I'm going to quote it. It says, this is what Atlas said to the reporter. When I was a kid, I carved a small hollow heart from an oak tree. Ooh, we saw that happen. Remember, he gave it to her on the school bus. For a girl, it represents what she told me about how trees are and how some boys are and how deep their roots can grow. Oh, they grow all right. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, and he said it with that voice too, all right? Yeah. Yes, so he owes his entire restaurant, his successful restaurant that he built himself with his own hands, right? Not only does he give all credit for that, for his success, to Lily, despite the fact that he's not fucking seen her in 25 years. But he gives no credit to himself. I didn't make this successful restaurant. I'm not the one that came up with these recipes. I'm not the one that cooked all the food. I'm not the one that got the bank loan. I'm not the one that picked out everything, okay, in the restaurant. I'm not the one that designed the menu. I'm not the one that designed everything. I'm not the one that created everything. It was Lily. I did it all for her. Some bitch that I fucked 25 years ago and her dad kicked my ass. Even his own success is because of fucking Lily. He can't even own that. Can you imagine how pathetic that is? To spend 25 years of your fucking life, for him, that's over half his age. Over half of his life is all about trying to please a fucking girl that he hasn't seen in 25 fucking years. Put his life on hold. That ridiculous. I mean, the last time he even saw her when he was a teenager, she was living in fucking Maine. In Plethora, Maine. He had no idea she would ever live in Boston. Yet his own restaurant was dedicated to her, inspired by her. Yeah, we're talking about Simpy Simpleton right here. This is a load of shit. And ladies, if you believe this crap, you deserve what happens to you. God damn. Anyway, so Lily, later on in the next scene, Lily lights dinner candles for Ryle. Okay, he saw the article. He's not happy. He's not happy. He acts like he's all pleasant, but you can tell underneath it he's really upset with Lily. Okay, he has the magazine article. Okay, he aggressively kisses her, because that's what you do when you're pissed off at your fucking wife. Okay, is you try to make love to her. Okay, that's what I always do. Okay, he aggressively kisses her and asks her about what's that heart tattoo. She asked her about it earlier. She has a heart tattoo on her clavicle right here, which comes and goes. There's scenes where you see it, her clavicle, and there's no tattoo. Then there's scenes where the camera draws attention to it. The movie draws attention to it. So you never know. Okay, but it's a heart-shaped tattoo. He asked her about it earlier in the movie. She said, "Oh, it's nothing. One of the immature things you do when you're a kid, blah, blah, blah." And that was the end of that, right? Well, obviously he read this magazine article, and now he knows that the heart-shaped tattoo is based on the wooden heart shape that Atlas made for her when she was 15 and he was 18. Okay? So he asked her about it again, okay, and he tells her to read the article for him. She's like, "I don't want to read it." Read it. Okay, so he's in his pissed off mode, okay? Dude, it never should have even gotten to this, okay? Why the fuck are you still with her, Ryle? What the fuck are you still with her for? You should have annulled this fucking thing already. You never should have gotten with her in the first fucking place. Okay? You should have fucked her once, and that was it. That was it. None of this fucking drama. None of this crap. This girl's not into you. I have no fucking idea. This movie gives me no fucking reason why he's into her. At all. He can do so much fucking better than her. I don't understand why he's attracted to her. She ain't the best looking girl in the fucking world. Far from it. So what is it? What does she have? What does she fucking have that he wants so fucking bad? Nothing. Nothing. I don't have fucking Ryle's money. I don't have his education. I mean, I have a penthouse, but it's not as nice as his. Okay? And even I can get fucking better than fucking Lily Bloom. So why is he with her? Why does he want to be? Why does he want to marry her? Why? God damn. Anyway. Yeah, this movie belongs on fucking Unsolved Mysteries. Anyway, so he's pissed off, right? He makes her read the article that she already read. Okay? Top 10 list, like I said. Atlas's Restaurant Route is number 1, and Lily's Flower Shop is number 7. Okay, now he knows the heart tattoo was for Atlas. that she put a tattoo over here. It was for Atlas. Okay. And how do you know it wasn't for some other guy that she fucked? Okay. You know, she's probably fucked a lot of guys in the past 25 years. Okay. Maybe she fucked a guy that reminded her of Atlas. And that's what she got. I mean, this movie's not going to go there, but yeah, it's possible. What the hell? Okay. So anyway, he knows the heart tattoo is for Atlas. Okay. And the restaurant was for Lily. Okay. Okay. And that the heart thing that Atlas talked about in the article, he knows that was for Lily. He was talking about Lily. Okay. She doesn't want to read it anymore, but Raul asks if she loves Atlas. Do you love him? Do you love him? She asked him straight out, do you love him? Dude, what the fuck do you think? Okay? Do you really need to ask her that? Isn't it obvious? Hasn't she already told you without telling you straight to your face? Okay? She's not going to be direct. Men are direct. Women aren't direct. Okay? Look at what she's done. She kept this a secret from you. She didn't tell you that he came by her flower shop and they had a conversation. Okay? She didn't tell you that he worked at the fucking restaurant that you both went to twice. Okay? She didn't tell you what that heart tattoo meant when you first noticed it and remarked about it. Okay? She hasn't told you shit about this guy. All right? Even after he appeared back in her life, she still didn't tell you shit. She kept secrets from me. She didn't want you to meet her mom. Apparently she has no friends because you didn't meet any of them. You see what I mean? What the fuck? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it fucking obvious? Anyway. So that's going on here, okay? You know, he asked her, do you love him? And she says, I did. Do you love him now? I love you. That wasn't my question. She's like, what? I don't know. Yeah, pretty much just like that. Okay, well, what the fuck do you expect, Ryle? Okay? You've been love bombing her. Okay? You've been pursuing a relationship with her. Okay? Pursuing marriage with her, no fucking less. Okay? Without ever getting to know what a two-faced piece of shit she is. Okay? I think Ryle needs to take some fucking responsibility for his own fucking actions. Yes, you made stupid decisions. You made a lot of stupid decisions. Yes, she went along with them. And that's on her. But you still got to accept responsibility for your own fuck-ups. I put all this on Ryle. What the fuck are you doing, you god? You're supposed to convince me that you're a fucking neurosurgeon? Yeah, you can't even tell that this girl is not really that fucking into you? This is how you act when a girl's not into you? You just fucking love bomb them? You just pursue them anyway? Like, what the fuck? This makes no fucking sense. Take some goddamn responsibility. You should have gotten a fucking annulment, for Christ's sake. You don't fucking need her. Jesus Christ, he never fucking needed her. He's a lot more successful than she is. A lot more educated than she is. He'd get a lot better than her. He'd get a woman that's a hell of a lot more complacent than she is. You know, I have no fucking idea. I still have no fucking idea why he ever even pursued her to begin with. All right? Anyway, so Raul reacts by saying, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Okay? Okay, and then what does he do now that he knows that his wife is still in love with her ex? Okay? What does he do? He does what any guy would do. He tries to rape her. This is what the movie thinks that men do. Okay? When they get their heart broken, when a woman breaks their heart, okay, like this, okay, his first instinct is to rape her? Are you out of your fucking mind? Okay, I'm going to tell you what a guy really thinks, okay? Because I have had my heart broken before, okay? And the number one thing we think about when we find out that our girl is in love with another guy, okay? The first thing we want to do is get the fuck away from her. Because we get disgusted even looking at her. And that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. And even if you get back together, even if he forgives you or something like that, okay, it's never going to be the same. It's like, like this coffee cup here, right? Made of porcelain, right? If I drop it, it shatters. Now, I can glue it back together. And if I do a really good job, I can use it as a coffee cup again because I fixed it, right? But it's still going to have cracks all over it. You see? It's never going to be exactly the way it was before I dropped it. You see what I mean? Okay, and that's the truth. Okay, that's the fucking truth. But this movie's not going to go there. It's not going to tell you that part. Okay? He's never really going to look at his woman the same way again. You see what I mean? And unfortunately, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Now, in my youth, I was a little bit more malicious, you could say. Like I remember, like, I got cheated on. This girl cheated on me, right? I was really upset, heartbroken about it. And then a few months later, she came, wanted to hang out with me again. I guess things didn't work out with that guy, right? And she missed me and stuff. And one of the first things she told me when we went out again was how she fucked me over. I didn't deserve it, blah, 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 and she really wanted to try, to work things with me again because she really missed me and she realizes it now, what a mistake she made and all that other kind of fucking shit, right? And I told her, I was kind of like, I'm not really sure I can trust you again, that kind of thing. But we went out a few more times. We even had sex again. All right. Okay. And now she was really pushing it on me. Okay. Let's get back together. Let's just start all over again. Let's just get rid of the past and let's just start all over again. And I told her, yeah, okay. Yeah. I still love you. So yes. Okay. Okay. So we decided to get back together. All right. All that kind of stuff. Okay. And then I dropped the bomb on her. Okay. I actually already had a girlfriend. I actually asked this other girl to be my girlfriend, okay, that I was seeing this whole time that she was doing her fucking Forgive Me tour on me. I was already seeing another girl, all right? And I decided would rather be with her. And not only that, but I was going to move in with her, okay? So I kind of just dropped that on her, okay, without warning. Oh, my God, was she fucking upset. Oh, my fucking God. I remember we were in a hot tub when I let her know this. We were in a jacuzzi. And oh my gosh, she just fucking started fucking crying her ass out and just like, oh my God, you asshole, And then I remember looking at her, okay, while she was fucking crying. She didn't look at me in the eyes anymore. She was fucking crying. I remember looking at her and going like, yeah, how's that feel? Yeah, it doesn't feel so good, does it? And then I left her there crying in the fucking jacuzzi, okay? Now, would I do that again? No, I'm too old for that shit now. Okay, for that petty stuff, okay? But it's fence at the point here, okay? Ladies, once you do this to a guy, it's never going to be the same. The only guy that will take you back is a simp. A guy who has no self-respect. And in that case, why the fuck were you with him anyway? If he's got no self-respect, what the fuck did you find attractive about him to begin with? Did he pay your bills or something? Was that what it was? You see what I mean? I'm not saying get revenge like I did or something like that. What I'm saying is that it's never the same. Okay, relationships change. If he thought you were the fucking end-all be-all of his life, he's never going to look at you that way again. You see what I mean? The spell has been broken. Okay? Yeah, I don't understand why Raul, not only is he is upset with her, but it just means he wants to love her more? No, that's not the way we react. We don't react that way. Okay? We actually want to get a fuck away from you. We actually don't like you anymore when we find out shit like this. Okay? And even me, yes, I was younger when I did this stuff, okay? So quit fucking playing. I would never do it now. I'm too old for that shit now, okay? But I was immature when I was younger, all right? And I wouldn't do it again. No, I wouldn't, okay? It was very petty, okay? But you can understand, okay? You guys that are watching can definitely understand why I did what I did, okay? It's because, when you're young and stuff, feelings get hurt, And if I was still in love with her, okay, the way I was before I found out she fucked me over, I never would have done that. You see what I mean? But I couldn't be that way with her again because the relationship has shifted. It changed and it can't go back. Just like breaking the coffee cup. Okay? It can never go back to the way it was before. No matter how much you want it to. Okay. I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of this movie. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.